ago. He told me, he said, if you don't have it to give, you don't have it to borrow. That's what my daddy taught me a long time ago. He said, I don't care if you got $100,000 in your pocket and somebody needs 50 of it. If you don't need that 50 back by tomorrow or next week, you ain't got it.
Amen.
He said, why? Because you're just going to tarnish your relationship over $50 because somebody didn't give it back. He said, now when you got it to give, you lay it on them heavier. And you walk away.
Yeah.
Not ever reminding them what you've done for them. Because then you know you've done it out of the goodness of your heart.
Amen.
Amen.
Now, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, the only child he had. I love you so much, I am going to, thank you, God, I am going to give you me. I love you so much, I'm going to come off my throne, wrap myself up in flesh, and I'm going to give you all of me. You can love me, you can talk about me, you can lie on me, you can slap me, you can beat me, you can deny me, you can kick me, you can crucify me, you can do all of these things to me, but because I love you, I am going to give you all of me.
Amen.
Even when I'm on the cross, I'm going to have compassion and forgive you. When I say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Now watch this. If God, if Jesus Christ was God, when he was on the cross, when he said that, who was he talking to? Come on, talk to me. He was talking to himself. Jesus, you got to forgive them. They don't know no better. That's the same one I fed. That's the same one. That's one of the 5,000. They came to me crying. And they down there spitting on me. Forgive him, forgive him, forgive him. He don't know no better. He don't know no better. He don't know no better. Bless him. Keep him. They stabbing me in the side. Bless him. Keep him. I'm bleeding. Bless him. Keep him. Bless him. Keep him. Jesus, keep your head on. Keep your head on, because if you don't do this, they go all die and go to hell. I got to go through this. I love them that much because I have to do this because I love them. When's the last time you turned your back totally on somebody that you never gave nothing to? You never made a sacrifice for that person. It's easy to walk away from something or somebody you never made an investment in. It's easy to walk away because there are no seeds there. You've done nothing to even plant it. Now, see, when you have made an investment into a relationship, if you have made an investment into somebody, if you have planted seed, it's so hard to walk away.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Amen. Amen.
Because there is something there. Here it is. You got to stop making the investment before you do the research. That's how you got all of these ex-men and ex-women around, because you made an investment and didn't know nothing about them.
Yeah.
Oops. Now, love. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him will not perish, but have everlasting life. I love you so much to give you all I have. And the only thing you have to do, I didn't even tell you you had to treat him right. I just said just believe on it. Wow. Because he going to come and tell me, he going to cover for you anyway. He gonna cover for you anyway. And here's an example of what true love look like. Come here. Daddy, Father, friend, his father. All right? Friend knows that, son knows that father, that friend don't really know him. So he came to just come to him. Because he don't know him. He don't know what to say. He don't know the sweet spot. He don't know how to bat his eyes a certain way. He don't know the worship song. He don't know. He just comes and just saying, let me have it. And his response is, turn away from me. I never knew you. I don't know who you are. But here's son. Intercession. Right here. Talk to me. This is what I need. This is what I need. This is what I need. You know what? I have a father. My father has all these things that you have need of. But I need to go talk to him because I know how to get his attention. I know what to say to him. So let me do that. You lay back here in the cut. Your father do that for you. My father loves me. He trusts me. All right? So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, now he knows what he needs. He goes, Father, Daddy, look. Serious. Don't get distracted. Do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. This is what I need. He's honest with his father. He knows that the father knows this ain't for you because I already know what you got. But say, well, look, Father, look, I have a friend that needs this, and this. He didn't necessarily know how to ask for it. And if you give it to me, that's why it's dangerous to be an intercessor. Because you're standing in the gap. And you're saying, if you give it to me, I will make sure that they get it. So therefore, whatever storm was going to hit him is going to not hit him. Why? Because he's carrying the gift. He's carrying the love. Why? What love? The love that he got from his father. Give it to me, and I will give it to him. He says, fine. Why? Because I trust you with it. He goes, he gives it to this one, and said, my father gave me this to give to you. Now, you need to go talk to my father yourself. I don't know your father. Well, let me show you. Come here. Together. Daddy, this is the person that I borrowed it for. This is this person. This is that person. Daddy, friend, y'all meet. How are you doing, sir? Do you understand? There takes an intercessor, somebody that has a true love connection with God in order to access God. So therefore, I know how to act like God. Why? Because I spend time in his presence. So to be able, to be able to hate somebody and hold a grudge against somebody, especially somebody that is a blessing to your life, is not an attribute of God. It's an attribute of the devil. Right. So whose spirit are you really carrying around when you wake up and somebody come across you and you just can't stand it? That ain't God. No, it ain't just you, it's just the way things is. No, it's either one or the other. God or the devil, one or two. It's a young man, he listening. You understand what I'm saying? So look at this church people, church folk. Holy Ghost showers, tongue talkers. 5 baptized. Worshipers. If God, you cannot love somebody just because you know them. Right. If anything, the more you know a person, the unsupernatural way is to not love them.
You right.
But it takes supernatural love to love somebody you know everything about.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. So now, when you tell somebody you love them, what do you tell them? I give you God. And when you tell a person, I give you God, you just put yourself on a pedestal. That means I am going to be godly in everything that I do concerning you. It's not saying I'm not going to make a mistake, but that mistake will not run my life. I will forgive. I will give. I'll bite my tongue when I'm supposed to. Amen. My thoughts may not change instantly, but over a period of time, I'll begin to change and begin to look like the person that I say that I am.
Amen.
So my situation, I love you, but I can't do this because this ain't God. I can't go here because this ain't God. I can't say that to her because this ain't God. I can't do that because that's not God. That's not God. God, Pastor, this is deep. This is deep. I don't know if I can. No, it's not deep. The only way, I said this Thursday, the only reason why it is so hard to live right is because you're accustomed to living wrong.
Amen.
When you're accustomed to going off on somebody, it's harder to bite your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
But biting your tongue is the godly way to do things.
Amen.
To hate somebody, you're accustomed to doing it. Like we said last week, how can something supernatural be killed by something natural? When you are supernatural, your mind is beyond what other. That's why he says we are a peculiar people. People just don't understand you.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
And when people know, when they automatically know how you going to respond, how you going to act, what you going to say, you have turned in your kingdom card for natural living.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know she's going to go off. Y'all better get it because he's going to go get a gun. But then when something happened to you and then you don't do that, it's like, man, if that was me, I would have. We ain't on the same level.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I got supernatural love. Now, I may go home and punch a couple walls and pray real hard, but I can't allow that to be seen in the world. Why? Because it proves me to be just like everybody else. But if I am a kingdom kid, a child of God, I have to have supernatural love so where my words that I choose, they mean something to me.
Amen.
They mean something to me. So, here it is, as we wrap this up. So, we said last week, my church family love me. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Come on, say it.
My church family loves me.
Why? Because my church family gives me God. When I walk through the door, you feel the love. You felt the love, but more than that, you felt God. And so when you say, my pastor loves me, yes, he does, because every Sunday he gives you God.
Amen.
Amen.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Amen. What does the word say? Oh, no man, nothing but love. Oh, no man, nothing but God. And when you owe him God, you're going to be hurt more than anything.
Amen.
Because you owe him forgiveness, you owe him love, you owe him compassion, you owe him sacrifice. Why? Because that's why Christ died, was to be able to give his people these things. And if his body is not giving these things to the world, who else is going to do it? God told me this morning, he said, it is time to take love back. He said, the world has dictated to us what love is. Love came from Christ. God is love. Love should be coming out of the church. Love in marriages should be coming out of the church. Love for your children should be coming out of the church. If I sing a love song, put it on the album, and they get on K104, and I'm singing it to my wife, love should come from the church.
Amen.
See how slow y'all got right there? Because minds have been conditioned to think that we can only sing love songs in a worldly way. Well, we're going to change that. Because the world's way ain't talking about the godly love. Now, as we get ready to go through our invitation, and this is for somebody here, the only way you can be impregnated or delivered by the Holy Spirit is you have to be in a submissionary position. You get that? You have to, submission it takes faith to be submissive.
Yes, it does.
But submission is also a point of intimacy with God. To submit is saying, I have control over it, but I'm going to give it to you. So for God so loved the world that he gave, he submitted his only son. Not just for me, but for everybody here. Let's stand to our feet. I hope I didn't bore you today. I hope I. If I did, then I'll pray for you.